One of the points made last night in the election debate was that Keir Starmer takes action where Rishi Sunak delays. Keir Starmer has, of course, faced criticism in the past for handling disciplinary actions in the Labour Party with extraordinary delay, particularly in relation to the allegations of anti-Semitism and misconduct by party members. And so I don't think it's possible to suggest that Keir Starmer is a paragon of decision. Under Jeremy Corbyn, the Labour Party was embroiled in a significant controversy about anti-Semitism. And when Starmer took over as leader, he promised to eradicate anti-Semitism within the party. However, his actions were often delayed or inconsistent, particularly in dealing with individuals who were previously implicated or suspended under Corbyn's leadership. And though, of course, to his credit, once he's taken a decision, he's maintained it, even if that means, again, some inconsistency, as, for example, in the case of Diane Abbott's suspension, which was only sorted out after the election was called, and probably unfairly. He's been criticised for how he has managed internal party disputes, particularly those involving left-wing factions associated with Corbyn. The expulsion of Corbyn from the party was contentious, delayed, and it sent mixed messages about his future in the party, creating further confusion and dissatisfaction among the various Labour Party factions. There have been instances where disciplinary action against Labour MPs or officials has been called into question for their pace and transparency, and critics within the party have occasionally accused Starmer of slow response in addressing complaints or misconduct. Allegations of harassment, for example, or bullying within the party have also tested his leadership, and in some cases the response from the party leadership has been viewed as less than swift, leading to criticism that not enough is being done to deal with these issues proactively. So I think the idea that that Starmer puts forward last night, and I'm going to quote. So he talks about how he within minutes he suspended his candidate Kevin Craig once Craig admitted that he had placed a bet against himself winning the seat a few weeks ago. This is the same sort of bet that has been put by Davis, the husband of Esther McVey, though I think a smaller sum of money. I suppose one should wait to see whether or not Philip Davis remains a candidate or loses the whip. Starmer said, "I think that in the last 14 years, politics has become too much about self-entitlement, and MPs think that they could get what they want for themselves. The instinct of these people to think the first thing they should do is to try to make money, that was the wrong instinct, and we have to change that." He said that Sunak had delayed and delayed and delayed and had been bullied into taking action. "My candidates know that I have the highest standards. They have seen my actions. They've seen by my actions the consequences." And Sunak, meanwhile, talks about not wanting to surrender to a Labour government. I think both should surrender to a commitment, a new commitment to transparency and honesty, and a vocation to and in public life. I think being in public life carries responsibilities. It doesn't matter which party you represent. First and foremost, you represent your constituents. Then you represent the Parliament and the office of being an MP, and finally you represent your party. but the behaviour of so many MPs across Parliament in the last 10 years certainly, and certainly since Brexit, has been reprehensible. And I don't think this is about a loss of authority by the two leaders. It's about a loss of vision by the collective MPs. You shouldn't need to be spanked into doing the right thing. You should be able to do the right thing because you were elected to uphold the traditions and the principles of order and to participate in making laws, drafting legislation, and setting an example in our country. And if you can't do that, then you shouldn't be elected to office and you shouldn't stand for office and you should resign. If you're not capable of setting that moral standard, you shouldn't be there in Westminster.